Alright guys, so Cal game, let's talk about it.
Oregon coming off a bye week, obviously I think that kind of helps them a little bit, just to prepare for Cal defense, and mostly from an injury standpoint. I think with Darren, we saw, I don't know how many people saw this on Twitter or not, but we were at practice on Saturday, saw Darren coming out with a knee brace on his left knee after Arizona, which was a little scary, but he tried to hide it. It seemed like he was fine. And then another big one, Michael Clay coming back off another leg injury, like we saw him on Saturday. Looks like he'll be healthy and ready to go. So I think that's two big key pickups for him coming into a big game.
And Thursday night game, first game with all the students here, should be a totally different energy than has been in the past. So definitely a big time game.
No, I think it's probably right on point. It seemed a little high initially, but I think like we were just talking about, Oregon's averaged something like 60 points the last 9 home games, and they haven't lost in 2 years under Chip Kelly at home. So I think it's pretty on point. I mean, they're averaging 52 right now, leading the nation. So I think it's accurate.
Yeah, and Cal's defense, despite a reputation for being pretty stingy, has not been good this year. They gave up 33 to Colorado, almost lost. Really haven't been impressive at all.
A couple big guys to look out for from Cal, like we've been talking about, and Chip's been talking about all week. 2 receivers, and Keenan Allen and Marvin Jones. A couple, I think Allen was All-American last year. Is going to give, it's the second game in a row for Oregon, facing probably some of the best receivers in the conference after facing, Jerron Kreiner and crew last week at Arizona. So I think that's going to be an interesting matchup. We'll see if maybe Cliff breaks the starting lineup for the first time this year. Unlikely, but it'd be interesting to see that. Him, and he played a lot in the first quarter against Kreiner. So I see that being a good matchup as well.
Yeah, I think Marvin Jones, Keenan Allen, probably the second best wide receiver tandem in the conference, behind Lee and Woods at SC, and those guys, they're just studs. And Zach Maynard is a much better passer than a quarterback than any combination of Brock Mansion and random, fourth. No, not hard to do.
He's also, I think, Chip was talking. He said he's a better athlete too.
Oh.
A little bit more.
Yeah,
I haven't honestly seen him play.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't think I've seen Cal actually play a full game this year.
Yeah, he half brother of Keenan Allen, their wide receiver. He was at Buffalo, had a decent statistical year at University of Buffalo, and then I think transferred to returner Gill left. And yeah, he's definitely an athlete, but kind of he's raw. I think is the best way to describe him. But definitely a threat.
Going back to it being a Thursday night game, I think that's going to be very cool. They were talking to D'Anthony the other day, just him being a freshman we played Nevada and Missouri State at home, not in session yet, so it was pretty quiet, honestly, both those games. So it being a Thursday night game where it's the only one in the country going on is going to be pretty electric. I'm excited, and like we were talking about a bit ago, new uniforms from the Ducks. We have mixed feelings about it so far. They're green, say fighting ducks on the front, and with Puddles the duck on the shoulder. Not a huge fan right now. What do you guys think? Two years ago, yeah.
My sense is that if we're talking about them, the jerseys are fine.
Yeah, that's a good point. Very good point.
Yeah, it's become what Oregon's known for better or for worse.
As you saw, we were pretty neutral on the new uniforms for the Cal game on Thursday. Let us know what you think. Tweet us at OD Sports. We'll get back to you. Try and get a little open dialogue there going. And if there's anything you want to hear us talk about next week, just hit us up on Twitter. Like I said, OD Sports, or email us at sports@dailyemerald.com, and we're trying to get a real open dialogue here. We want to talk about what you guys want to talk about, and feel free to hit us up.